All right. Short notice live stream. Um, I just had to talk about this. Very odd time right now, about 4 o'clock in the morning where I am. But as you all know, I always get up. I get up every day very, very early. Actually, 3:30 every day. I'm up with or without an alarm clock. And I wanted to talk about this. Now, I've talked about this before. These crazy, nasty lunatics bringing dogs into dentist offices. If there's anything that should be protested, it should be this. This is making a mockery out of us. This really is. This is really saying, hey, dog lovers run the world and we can do whatever we want. We can bring dogs into anywhere we want, and we can force dogs onto anybody. You know, it's hard for me to even explain how nasty, disgusting, weird, and primitive this is. Out here treating dogs as if dogs are a pill or some type of herbal supplement. Look at the headline. Snuggle ready dogs are available. Available. Like it's just a pack of ibuprofen. Available to anxious patients at some dentist offices. But some patients worry about the risks from slobber to nips. And look, slobber, that's an understatement. It's about what's in the slobber. More specifically, what's inside of a dog's mouth. Now, let's be clear about something else with these nasty people. That dog could have defecated multiple times shortly before coming into that dentist office. These nasty people, they don't wash these things. They don't. I shared the article where they admitted that they don't wash these things. They don't follow the protocols. And even if they did, these things have no business inside of a dentist office. What is the world coming to? Right? Shout out to everybody in the building. What is this? This is the most pathetic, offensive, disgusting. And I've known about this for a long time. Like I said, I did a video on this. But this just surfaced recently, and it revived my disappointment. And I wanted to talk about it. It's a shame that we have to call around to different dentist offices to make sure that they don't do this. You know, if you don't call in advance and find out, you may as well, you're going to get in trouble. It's going to be a problem. Because if you get there and they walk in with a dog and you reject the dog's presence, you don't want these people operating on you. You don't want people operating on you who are dog lovers, who know that you're not a dog lover. We're dealing with vile, evil, satanic weirdos, and they will do something to you if they find out that you're not a dog lover. This is criminal. What about the reports that have been made about how filthy and nasty these things are, about how people with dogs in their home have a lot more bacteria in their home. It has to be detrimental for your health to put excrement, fresh excrement, into the air as you're getting your teeth pulled. It's like I said, slobber is an understatement. Nips, of course, yeah. You could get attacked. And they're treating these things as if it's a pill. Oh, we have dogs available. But you notice how that it always assumes they're just operating on the assumption that everybody loves dogs. Even though you have people in the world who are afraid of dogs. They have cynophobia. They refuse to acknowledge that group of people. And people who don't have cynophobia, they may not be dog people. Simple as that. They may view dogs in the dentist office as inappropriate. Really, that's shocking. You walk into a dentist office and you see a dog, you're going to close the door. And you're going to tell everybody, there's a dog in there. Do you know how inappropriate, nasty, disgusting, and weird this is? And nobody's calling these nasty weirdos out. And that's the problem. So this stupid article, and of course they always write a lot when it comes to these mutts. It's the first time this boy came to get his tooth pulled. He screamed, kicked, and struggled. So much that his mom had to hold him down. So when he came back, they had a mutt. And they asked him, would you like the dog to lay on your lap? Now, that is forcing the dog onto the child. And of course, child went along with it. They said that he nodded. But how do we know? How do we know that he wasn't reluctant? Because when you look at this boy does not look like he's really into what he's doing. He does not look like he's really being affectionate with this mutt. This looked like something that was forced, that he went along with because he was being pressured by the adult dog nuts. This is so weird and disgusting. Nobody want no filthy, unsightly, goofy mutt laying on me while I'm at the dentist office. You out of your mind? If there is any time to use an alternative method to keep people calm, it's now. What is wrong with herbal tea to ease anxiety? You don't use dogs at all. But even if you do, that should be the last option. It shouldn't even be an option. There's no amount of sense or regulation with these people. They're just willy-nilly all out. They go all the way dog nut. Look at this boy. He does not even look like a true dog nut yet. Look like he's doing something that's been forced. And look at this nasty weirdo. This is unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. And they just assume everybody loves dogs. Who doesn't love dogs? This is why there are stories of people who attack dog owners, and attack their dog. These are inconsiderate lunatics, disgusting, weird lunatics who feel entitled, feel like they can force dogs onto everybody. It is stupidity. Get this idiocy they wrote here. The dog got onto the dental chair, rested its head on a pillow as the boy stroked the soft fur on its ears. Unbelievable filth. They say that the boy said, quote, "The dog made me feel happy and calm." And you can tell that that was a narrative that was rehearsed. You telling me kids, all these kids just happen to say the same thing? And they're saying the same thing that these stupid articles say? Somehow these kids use the same language as the so-called doctors who conduct these experiments. Come out the room saying, "Oh, studies showed that it makes you calm, reduce anxiety and stress. It calms you down." Yeah, and a bunch of kids just happen to be using that same language. No, they're being rehearsed. This is so inhumane. And this article points out that across the country, a growing number of dentists are bringing mutts into the dentist office to, quote, reduce stress for both children and adults. And again, they're making the assumption that everybody is a dog nut. And if you're not a dog nut, oh well, we're going to put pressure on you, because most people don't want to offend others. See, as humans in this dog nut culture, we try our best not to come across as inhumane. And what these dog nutters do is put pressure on people to not sound like an inhumane, hateful, evil individual. So they force dogs onto you. And the only way for you to reject dogs is to come across in their mind as an inhumane, evil person. And most people don't want to be viewed in that light. That's the game that they're running on people. Oh, you don't like dogs? Oh, that's so inhumane. That's so evil. Most people don't want to be viewed in that light, so they go along with it. No, no, no. That time is over. We have to be bold and blunt with these entitled lunatics. Reduce stress. No, they increase stress and anxiety, especially for people who are not dog people, and especially for people with cynophobia, people who don't like dogs. Who did you test to see if there was a reduction in stress? You tested a bunch of dog nuts, you idiots. You deceptive, lying, weird idiots. You clearly didn't conduct any tests on people who are not dog nuts. Dental patients at a practice in Green Bay, Wisconsin can cuddle with this worthless mutt at no additional cost. Man, this is so infuriating. I mean, as I read this, as I go over this, I have to keep myself calm because this is infuriating. Yet, the proliferation of dental dogs highlights a surprising lack of regulation. Y'all see that? Let me highlight that. highlights a surprising lack of regulation. In most states, nothing prevents a dentist from bringing in an untrained dog and calling it a comfort or therapy dog. Once again, all these people do is bring in their own dog, purchase a vest online, put the vest on the mutt. That's what they do. Untrained dog calling a comfort mutt, possibly putting patients at risk for an infection or a dog attack. So in this article, they state the obvious. Of course, there's now dander in the air. The dog is wagging its tail. There's now excrement in the air. Are you out of your mind? That's why we have to call the dentist offices first before we even go. It's a shame. And we have to do this with hospitals now. So many different places. And if you bring these things, you're not getting my money. I'm not doing business with you. North Carolina, what is this? Here, look at what they said here. Again, it's not just people with xenophobia. It's other people who have allergies, as this article points out. Patients with allergies or fear of dogs might also have concerns. No, I have more than concerns. I'm not doing business. You're not going to operate on me. Period. Nasty, disgusting weirdos. You know these people are not washing their hands. You know these nasty, disgusting dog nut weirdos are allowing this mutt to defecate and just walk right into the dentist office. They're being the same type of nasty, disgusting dog weirdo at work that they are at home. They're just bringing that filthy lifestyle into dentist offices, trying to put pressure on people to accept it. In North Carolina, complaints from patients concerned about sanitation and safety. Okay, so at least they did that. At least there were some complaints. But their complaints fell on deaf ears. All it did was prompt state regulators to approve a rule allowing only certain types of highly trained dogs in dental exam rooms. Oh, you're worried about sanitation and safety? Well, we'll only allow highly trained dogs into the room. Okay, so you addressed the safety issue, I guess. I guess that's your way of saying, hey, we'll make sure that they're safe because they'll be highly trained. What about sanitation? This does nothing to deal with sanitation issues. You see what I'm saying? They were concerned about sanitation and safety. And their response was, oh, we'll only allow highly trained dogs inside. Nasty, disgusting, primitive subhumans. These dog nuts, we have to call it as it is. The main reason I'm so blunt and straightforward, and I'm calling them names the way I am, nasty, disgusting, primitive, subhuman, is because we are at that point. You can't sugarcoat this. Their behavior is so absurd and unnatural that we can't hold punches with this. And trust me, the youth appreciates straightforward talk like this. They don't like this rhetoric that these lunatics run on them. It continues, it says, as many as 1 in 3 Americans experience dental anxiety and fear. For them, the dentist can be terrifying. And look at this. And research indicates dogs can help. A small study published in the journal Animals found that patients with a fear of the dentist who had a dog lie on their lap during treatment experienced a decrease in their stress and blood pressure levels. Let me stop there. That is a lie. I'm saying that I don't believe that at all. I do not believe that they randomly checked people's blood pressure before an operation and after an operation or during an operation as they allowed a mutt to lay on them. I don't believe it. And even if they did, you're not going to tell me that a cup of tea is not more effective. It's going to be far more effective. Like I said, we all are aware in the back of our minds that an attack is possible. You can't be in the presence of something that you know could possibly attack you and have a reduced level of stress and anxiety. I'm not buying it. These people are just straight up lying in this nonsense. Other research shows dogs, see they use the word animals, dogs in healthcare facilities can reduce the perception of pain and boost patients' mood. Now, if y'all remember, it was demonstrated that a person will have a reduction in pain if their lover, their husband or wife, touched them during an operation. Some of you may remember I shared that article. Held them during a moment of stress. It was proven. Even the sound of their lover's voice, it was proven to reduce stress and anxiety. And now they're saying that the same thing can be done with dogs. Because the whole point is that you could rub anything. You could softly stroke a stuffed teddy bear and get the same results. I would argue a stuffed teddy bear would be far more effective than a dog. They're taking a very minimal amount of success that they're not even getting from all people. They're not running these tests on anti-dog people, people with cynophobia. They're taking a select number of people and they're getting a minute amount of success and using that to push dogs onto everybody in the population. I want people to be infuriated by this nonsense. This is criminal, subhuman, nasty, weird behavior. The Americans with Diabetes Act allows people with diabetes to bring service dogs into healthcare. No dog belongs in a healthcare facility. They claim that such animals, dogs, mutants, do not pose a significant risk of transmitting infection in a dentist office, according to the CDC. I'm not buying that. You nasty dog nuts, y'all the one who made all these rules, conducted these stupid tests. Why would I believe information like this when it's coming from a bunch of dog nuts? Of course you're going to say that dogs don't pose a significant risk of infection because you're a flippin' nasty dog nut yourself. You live with dogs yourself. And I'm not buying that. People, keep in mind all the times when studies like this are debunked by additional studies conducted by other people. Happens all the time. Pretty much with every study conducted on anything, there are counter studies where people got different results, because there's always a lot of variables. So we have to be aware of these nasty lunatics. They claim this boy said, quote, "The dog made me feel happy and calm." This boy does not look happy or calm with this big, unsightly, mutated vermin all in his face. In fact, this boy looks quite uncomfortable. Quite uncomfortable. But see, after years and years of people praising him for embracing the existence of dogs, these people grow up and they don't want to be rejected. They associate dogs with being accepted by other people in society. You got to get off that. And you have to not care about being accepted, especially by a bunch of nasty weirdos like these dog nuts. Unbelievable. Man. So yeah, this is so infuriating. Wow, we got a decent crowd here at this time in the morning. Let me read some of these comments. Isn't this infuriating? This is infuriating, man. I don't understand how something like this is possible. Shout out to Ashar, who has been a member for 6 months. Wow. Wow, that's incredible. Shout out to Chef Mutt Meat in the building. Ashar says Dennis has been petting on the dog. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Jonathan Payne said a dentist has been petting on a dog all day, then putting their hands in your mouth. No, thank you. Any dentist that's allowing a dog all in his office, he's petting, he's rubbing on this thing. These people are not practicing no hygiene at all. The dog's there, they're not practicing hygiene. And then these people put their hands in your mouth. They want you to be just as nasty as they are. I don't think so. We're going to have to call these dentist offices before we even go up there. Do you have comfort dogs? Yeah, we provide comfort. Okay, thank you. Goodbye. And what's scary is it might be difficult to find a dentist office that does not allow. That is where this is headed. It's headed to the point where all dentist offices are going to allow these things into their dentist office. That is when it's going to hit the fan. That's when I'm going to start going crazy and spazzing out on these lunatics. Most definitely. Convicts help mentor to the children. Whoa. Wow. Chef points out she just read an article on how ex-convicts help to mentor and tutor children. So ex-convicts are more therapeutic and helpful than mutts. 100%. Because in general, we trust humans more than we trust dogs. I don't care what these dog nuts say. They lie, they're dishonest, they live in a state of delusion. If you give any dog nut on this planet the option that you have to walk down a 50-foot hallway, and lined up on both sides of the hallway will be random humans who you never met. Would you rather walk down a hallway full of humans or random dogs that you never met? Take your pick. Even most of the dog nuts would rather it be humans. They know that dogs are dangerous and unpredictable. Constant state of denial. Yeah, that was classic. Right? Shout out to Charles D. Curry in the super chat. It's 3 in the morning. Oh, yeah. I wake up. I was just talking about that before the stream. I wake up very early every day. 3:30 in the morning every day I wake up. Man, this is so infuriating. Yeah. Again, you notice they don't use any other type of animal. It's only dogs. Where are the studies that have been conducted on rabbits? If dogs are effective, why wouldn't a rabbit be effective? Why don't you offer, I've talked about this, why don't you offer people a variety of animals? It's always only exclusively dogs. So it's not a thing, they want to project it as if, hey, we found a new way to reduce stress and anxiety, and we just want to help people. So here you go. It's dogs. We got to study blah, blah, blah. Okay, if it's all about helping people, why aren't you using different? Because if you conduct a study with a different animal like a rabbit, guess what? You might get better results. You might find that stress and anxiety is reduced even more with a rabbit. They're not doing that. Not even conducting the tests, nothing like that, because this is a dog agenda only. Unbelievable stuff. Yeah, why? Yeah, exactly. And dogs need strict regulation. That's the crazy part. Why would man's best friend need regulation? Why does man's best friend need to be restrained at all times? They're so dangerous that even in a dog-loving country, they make it a law that you restrain it with a leash. Basically, keep it tied to a rope at all times. And just like I said before, as soon as we see a dog roaming around off leash, everybody associates that with somebody about to get attacked. An attack is imminent. That's the first thing that runs through our mind. Even in this dog-loving nut culture, we all know that's the truth. That's when anxiety levels are going to go through the roof. When you see a dog in its natural state, roaming free off leash, just like all other animals. Even with deer, we don't get full anxiety when we see deer. I've seen deer just walking. Me walking through the neighborhood, I've seen deer. Never been frightened. Never had a fit of anxiety. Dogs and only dogs, man. And they keep trying to push these things off as like some type of bottle of medicine. We have dogs available. Get out of here. Okay, y'all didn't want to do it, but who my best firearm? Yeah. Dog once again. Oh man. Right? Shout out to Charles D. Curry, says a dog ran up on him again. Barking. Haven't touched the firearms. Yeah. And to be honest, I hate the thought of possibly hitting someone or shooting someone in defense, self-defense, of a dog attack. But when a dog is in attack mode, they are impervious to pain. And with a taser, there are too many stories out here of dogs just not being affected by a taser. Especially if the dog clamps down on you. It's a bully breed. We've seen stories, dogs are not affected by a baseball bat, getting hit with sticks. And I don't know how effective a BB gun would be. I know that there's dogs been killed by BB guns. There's stories, articles, you can Google that. People shot dogs and killed them with BB guns. I know BBs will penetrate the skin of a dog, but I don't know if they will deter an attacking dog that's in attack mode. So it's like guns are the most reliable thing. But you can get the lowest caliber gun possible. I have a 22. And I got a 22 just because it's, one of the smaller guns. Not as powerful. But it'll kill a dog. And that's all I need. It'll get a dog up off of you. And people, it's crazy. I'm turning into like a law enforcer myself. And that's what I'm going to function as. I ordered a bulletproof vest. I ordered a body camera. I have a gun. I'm getting a new holster. And I'm going to act as an enforcer in my area. Nobody is going to allow a dog to run around here off leash. I'm not having it. Not having it. And I'm within my constitutional rights to do what I'm doing. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so dogs and only dogs. It's funny. They come and offer you a therapy dog. Oh, anxiety. You got anxiety? We have therapy dogs available. Wouldn't it be funny if somebody said, oh, no, not a dog person. Do you have any rabbits? You got any squirrels? I prefer rabbits. Make a selection of a different animal. Just as easy as they're offering dogs as if it's, a pack of ibuprofen. Yeah, and don't believe these people. These people lie so much, man. It's ridiculous how much they lie. And I don't believe these articles, these stupid articles that they write either. And this is what I'm saying, Canine Critic. Canine Critic pointed out, can't they just have stuffed toys on hand? I can almost guarantee, a stuffed animal would be more effective than a flipping mutt. I'm not saying this even for dog lovers. Because you got complete control over a stuffed animal. They're actually soft. Dogs are not soft. Right? Stuffed animal is plush. It's safe. It's not in the back of your mind that this thing could possibly attack you. No, they don't want to use anything. They don't want to test anything. This is a dog nut campaign right here. Yeah, it's infuriating. Yeah, give me a teddy bear. I mean, I don't need anything, but if I'm going to take something, if I'm going to rub on something, I don't want it to be no mutt. Right, give me something. Give me a stuffed teddy bear. I'll be just fine. So these people have no logic, no common sense, no reasoning on their side, and it's quite sad. It is quite sad to see. It's unbelievable. Now, a little later on today, I'm going to do another live stream where I'm going to talk about these stupid dog quotes. And man, there are a lot of dog quotes that I want to go over here. This might be a lengthy live stream. So when you start researching these things, there's too many. Too many of these memes. It's unbelievable. The nuttery, when I see stuff like this, I'm sorry, people. I just get so infuriated. I can't even think straight. I can't even think straight. Dogs waiting to enter the hospital rooms of sick children for, look what they wrote, animal therapy time. And they wrote there, oh no, I wrote this. this is what that lady said. As a matter of fact, this shouldn't even be here. You see, the thing is, they want this to be the norm. And they want to ignore how offensive this is. This is scary. Back here in the background, you see a bunch of nurses. These hospitals, they are flooded with dog nuts. And they're always trying to implement policies like this to force dogs onto people inside of hospitals, people who are sick, kids who are sick. And what do they say? Kids are more at risk because they don't have a strong immune system. This is madness. Absolute madness. So I don't even want to go to the hospital. I don't even want to go to the dentist. I haven't, since I found out this nuttery, I haven't had to go to the dentist or the hospital. And I'm not looking forward to it. Not looking forward to it. So I hope you all will be able to join me in that live stream. I think it's important to debunk and say something against these stupid memes, because I think these memes have a lot of influence on people's behavior, unfortunately. So stay safe, stay clean, people, and make sure you call the dentist office, hospital, and anywhere else you might go. Vaccination clinic. They're bringing these things into everywhere possible. We have to fight back, right? And we have to fight back hard as we continue with this crusade.